So this is a question we had come in from Twitter, and I'm awaiting permission to be able to share the YouTube channel. But this is a gentleman. I had made a couple of tweets about YouTube and how the success that you have on YouTube is not predicated on the content you produce right now. It's predicated on consistency long term. But he asked me to review his YouTube channel just for fun and give him some honest feedback. So I did. And the feedback I gave him is honestly general based feedback as a whole. So it's not going to be exclusive to just him, to be clear. But there's 4 big takeaways that I had from his YouTube channel that I think everyone should apply to their YouTube channel if you have one. So first is the format of the videos. Now, this, and by format, I mean actual like video versus the YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts, I don't know when they actually started, but they're not crazy popular, I don't think. It was meant to, compete with TikTok and Reels on Instagram, but YouTube Shorts don't do a good job of getting viewers, typically, unless you have a large subscriber base already. In comparison to full videos, to be clear. A 5-second intro and an outro on your shorts could turn them into full-length videos, which will go further when it comes to viewing exposure. So the feedback I gave him is he had a ton of videos that were less than a minute long. And a lot of them were in that 45, 50, 55 second range. I told him to add an intro and an outro to your videos so you can make them legitimate, like actual videos. And that way it's just creating better content. Another big piece of that is why I say this. With normal YouTube videos, you have that subtitles file that you can take and export, that .srt. That .srt file can be used as cross-content marketing and creation. You've already set it on the video form. Just get the transcription. You cannot do that on Shorts, at least as of this time. The second piece of advice I gave him, in a general sense, is just consistency. He suffers from what I think pretty much everyone suffers from. When you make content, it can feel like a grind. You go through perks of inspiration, and then you go through times where it's, what can I put out there? What can I talk about? And it really doesn't have to be a grind if it's done properly on the front end. And I'll explain that. But I'd recommended this to him. Try and make 2 to 3 full videos a week. And by full, I mean his videos for fulls were like 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes long on average. I think his longest one was like 10 or 12 minutes. But try to make 2 to 3 full videos a week. Most advisors that I work with who have, they basically excel on YouTube. They tend to block out an hour or 2 once a week to record. Most of the time, it's only 1 hour. But they'll block out that time on their calendar as like a standing appointment. This is their creation time, their inspiration time. Then they pay somebody, anywhere from like $100 to $500. I know some advisors, they'll go all the way up to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month for really, really, really like powerful, high level editing and branding and all the stuff that goes along with it. But the point is they're paying someone to help them shoot, produce, and edit their videos. Most people do not have time to come up with their own content, record the content, edit the content, produce the content, and then put the content out there, and then still be able to be a successful advisor or accountant or whatever. So I told him to be consistent and look for ways that he can offload some of that. The third piece of advice I gave him was to implement more playlists and series into what he does. Creating video playlists so people can see more of the recommended for you videos from that same playlist. That can go a long way. So if you tend to talk a lot about taxes, and maybe it's doing your own taxes, like how to understand how to do your own taxes, instead of just making a handful of videos and letting them sit there, create a playlist on that or a series so that you can have all that content laid out so someone can find one video and then get access to all the others. The other side of that is when you have playlists and series, you can get really granular and really highly detailed on specific contents of the video. So on that same example of taxes, you can create a series on taxes. Then you talk about taxes as a normal individual, like W-2. You can talk about 1099 type taxes. business taxes, whether you're a C Corp, S Corp, LLC. You can get really granular on this. But I told him he should put his videos in a playlist and series. And then the last one, this is actually pretty simple, but it's more of a reminder than anything. YouTube is, for the most part, a brand new terrain for financial services. It's not where most people think they're going to find a lot of clients from. But again, it's a growing social media platform still. I have no idea what you listening might be doing for your marketing or branding right now. But make sure that your marketing and branding outlets communicate with each other. For example, when you email clients, if you can, include a recent YouTube video embedded that takes them to your YouTube channel. Put it in your signature. Let them know you have it, because they will be the ones who go to YouTube video first, I should say. Anyways, those are just 4 kind of general tips of feedback on YouTube as an advisor or an agent. But I would also highly encourage you to just spend some time looking at best practices around growing your YouTube audience. Again, financial advisors on YouTube is a very low saturated market right now. If you're prevalent and you're making good content out there, a lot of people are probably going to see you.